Yo, what's up everybody? So what I'm gonna do is speak about today is I'm gonna still stick on the myths of January resolutions and diet myths, and we're gonna stay on fasting again because remember yesterday I says look, I probably haven't got the time to go through all this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go do a day two, right? What we don't hear about fasting is your internal body clocks, which is your circadian rhythms, which is measured over a 24-hour time period. You may have experienced times, right? If you're jet lagged, you're traveling all over the world, you're going different places, and you feel out of sync, right? You feel tired, you feel fatigued at different times in the day. Start resonating. You're going to start resonating and relating with this. Where you're feeling dips of energy through the day, you're whacking back coffees just to gain energy when you probably don't even need the coffee. So what I'm going to speak about, I'm just going to show you a little bit of education on biology, and that's, I'm not I know it's a bit complicated, but we're just going to do a little bit on chronobiology, right, to understand the body clocks of the brain, right. So what I done was I done this little board, right. So what I'm going to show you is on the board is, if I can, which is, so as we can see here, right, so you have an SCN, which is a neurotransmitter in your brain, right. Now, just think of that neurotransmitter in your brain, right? So this regulates everything. This regulates your peripheral tissues, which is your muscle, liver, gut, fat, pancreas, right? So this regulates these at different times throughout the day. And what happens is the body adapts to all of this. So the body adapts and remembers all these times throughout the day, right? So the reason that peripheral tissues, which are your muscle, your liver, your GI, your fat, and your pancreas are so important, because this is what regulates what we hear is calories in versus calories out, which is energy balance over a day. Now, energy balance is dictated to your intake, the storage of foods, the absorption of foods, and how they upregulate into circulation for exercise, for energy expenditure, right? So think of chronobiology as the timing of your internal clocks. So your internal body clocks are just never spoken about. So you think of the neurotransmitter SCN, which I'm pointing to here. So in the brain, right, this is linked to, some of you may, I'm not going technical, but here that the hypothalamus, which regulates hunger, satiety, sleep, and how you expand energy is all done through that, right? So the reason that, like, I just wrote that up is just so you understand that, like, fasting may be great for you, right? But that may do your time, but like, you're adapting to this all the time, right? And you have different times of the day when you're absorbing different nutrients. Carbohydrates is upregulated at different times throughout the day. Protein is broke down and absorbed and metabolized at different times throughout the day. Fatty acid tissue is all done throughout different times of the day, right? So let's do a little bit of a small, like, let's do it relevant to an individual, right? So let's go with an individual. So say for example you're a weightlifter, right? So I think we all understand that, like, hypertrophy is what builds muscle over time, yes. So hypertrophy would be like, and that's dictated through the amount of reps, sets, the amount of reps, sets, weight that somebody does over a given time period, right? So meaning then it also needs to be applied with, like, progression, which is called progressive overloads, and it needs to be specific to you, not specific to me, meaning that my program may not work for you, or your program may not work for me, because we're all chasing personalized nutrition and personalized training. We just never hear it being spoken about, right? So you think of that, right? So imagine you want to do that. So you want to be able to increase your volume a little bit over time, and tension. Tension means like applying more weight over time, right, to your training program. Before you look into high intensity interval training, before you look into cardiovascular work, this is really the essential with good nutrition over time. So think of this, right? Let's say you're fasting all the time, right, and you're not recovering well, and stress is always high, and you're tired and fatigued, and you're going into the gym, and your performance is dipping, right? But you think it's, or I had a bad day. Or this is what I hear, I had a bad day. I'm fighting with my boyfriend or my husband, or my boyfriend or my girlfriend. Things are not going my way. Life is this, life is that. Or that's, you could be one of those that's smashing everything to failure and going into the gym with this intense mindset of let's go hard or go home. That just doesn't work long term, because it's hard to produce volume over time, if that makes sense. So we're trying to appropriately add, like, sometimes you don't even have to add, sometimes it's even keeping it on a straight level, and then looking at a training cycle every 6 to 8 weeks and seeing, is it increasing, am I getting a little bit better. Now when you do, like, I'm not here to use proof of concept, right? Because proof of concept sometimes is a sign of weakness in an individual, and that's not what I'm saying. But I've seen many case studies on many people, listened to many interviews, and I'm really interested in hearing people's stories, because their experiences are what does definitely matter. And the amount of, like, people that are able to, like, as natural competitors, compete or change their body over time, increase their energy expenditure while timing nutrition, while having, like, breakfast, lunch, dinner, pre-workout meals. Because, like, when your body adapts to this, like, your sleep is going to improve, your stress is going to improve, your energy throughout the day is all going to improve. Now, I'm not saying fasting is bad. No, I never said that. But what I am saying is it individualized to you? Is it sustainable? Is it realistic? Are you fasting? What is the purpose of your fasting? Like, what is the purpose of your fasting? Are you resonating and relating to what I'm saying with these energy dips throughout the days? Whereas when you do start to have, like, breakfast, lunch, dinner at different times throughout the day, it's going to improve your all over circadian rhythms over time, which is going to help improve performance, appetite regulation. It's also going to improve sleep. It's also going to make you feel better throughout the day. And the main thing that it's going to do is, one of the things that's not really spoken about with fasting, just before I go, is that it can also lead to disordered eating, orthorexia, bulimia, all these types of stuff. So if you are, for example, suffering with eating disorders, and, like, say for example you're fasting in the morning, right, and you say, I have 1500 calories, and then you're looking forward to just smashing them 1500 calories, I don't think it's a good mindset if you're looking for fat loss. Because you need to, sometimes before fat loss, we need to reflect back and say, number one, have I got the right behaviours to even enter a fat loss plan now? Number two, have I got the right skills and habits? Number three, have I got the right self-discipline? And what is emotional intelligence is broke down to a couple of things, right? It's number one, self-awareness. Number two, self-control. Number three, self-regulation. And number four, self-compassion. Now, when you can get them 4 areas, start addressing them, what happens is it's going to be a little bit more easier to get a fat loss plan and to get yourself ready for a fat loss plan. So just please, we're entering Christmas now. It's a couple of days, and happy Christmas to everybody. And I hope you're having an amazing one. But just really think of, like, what are you going to do come January, or what are you doing right now? Is it going to be sustainable or realistic towards your goals? And I'll speak soon.